guest, you guys. We have Maurice from Hello Labs and Killer Whales TV with us live today. We're going to be diving into the whole Hello Labs universe, Killer Whales TV, and unpack all the opportunities and ways that you can get involved and watch the show. So, without further ado, I do want to give a quick disclaimer. Nothing discussed here today is financial advice. I encourage everybody to do your own research. And with that, I do want to pass it off to Maurice to give his introduction. How's it going, Maurice? Oh, you're muted, or I can't
Yeah,
hear
my
you.
bad.
There you go.
Yeah, that was going really good. Thank you for having me here. Super excited for
Of
today's
course.
stream. Looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm Maurice Andrew, head of Web3 over at Hello Labs and Killer Wells, and looking forward to kicking it off.
Absolutely. Same here. And I got my community in the background here asking, where's the link? Are we live? So let me drop this for them really quick. We're live, fam. And hey, we're paying attention to the live stream chat, you guys. So if anybody has any questions, if you want to say hello, always love showing love for the family. Shout out to Cali Crypto, Iron Maiden, Just Onchain, all of the Onchain Media community members who are active today. Yeah, feel free to drop your comments in the live stream chat. All right, so Maurice, without further ado, I want to ask you a bit about, just unpacking the lore. I connected with you at ETH Denver, and I've kept in touch with you ever since. I was really impressed by your work, everything you've done on at the intersection of Web3, film, entertainment. And I want to hear more about you. Like, what has your journey been in the crypto space, and what has brought you here?
Yeah, no, so the journey's been cool, man. The journey's been a long one. I officially got started over in 2017 in crypto, and I was like an early stage investor into some tokens and stuff because I was learning about crypto. So a friend of mine said, "Hey, look, I have an idea how you can learn about crypto. You want to make more money?" So I was like, "All right, cool, sounds good." And then because I'm a numbers guy, I grew up liking numbers. I grew up liking statistics and stuff. So I did a lot of reading on economics and the markets. And I remember in 2019, when I started taking crypto seriously, was when I watched Big Short for the first time. And
Nice. That's classic.
yeah, oh, classic film. So I watched that and I thought, hey, this is kind of crazy that this happened in 2008. This is when I was really learning about what happened with the crash and all that stuff. And then I bought the book. And when I bought the book, I started reading it a lot more and understanding that everything is just like a cycle. It's going to keep repeating. It's just going to happen in different ways, and it is what it is. So when 2019 was coming to an end, 2020 was coming up, I took crypto a lot more seriously. I started investing in a lot more tokens. I started to get more into trading as well, trading on the financial markets like Forex. And then when I started doing that, I started mirroring what I was doing on Forex into crypto. And 2020, end of then, was when I started a private incubator, it was a bespoke incubator, whatever a company needed, I would work with them. I worked with maybe like 5 to 8 companies max at a time, depending on the size of the company, because it was just solo. But when you're like grinding, you're like, yeah, I got like a 10-man team. It's not a 10-man team. It's like
Yeah.
11 things. So that's how I kind of got started in crypto. And in 2020, when I had the incubator, like a little secret of mine to know when a company should launch was my ideas I had on trading. So I would match their launch dates with what I had marked up. If I was selling big on Bitcoin, I would tell them to probably not launch a project around here because statistically, given my markups that I've been doing since 2017, you're gonna, you can get really messed up. So my first project that I did, and first project that was a success as well, which is really cool. It was like an NFT project on Solana. No, it was an NFT project that was on Ethereum, but it was taking USDT as payment for the mint. And I remember this clearly because they made just shy of 100,000 in 24 hours off of like a 100 piece mint or something. And
Wow.
I remember that because they were like very wary about when to launch, and I suggested that they should do it in. I suggested they should do it in stables because of this big crash that was about to happen, and this was just before the Lunar announcement came out as well. So I had everything marked up that I'm selling all my crypto assets. So if you're gonna launch it in like max 2 weeks because we're about to get liquidated. And it was a success. My theory was based, and I remember a lot of my knowledge was starting to come from Real Vision as well, Raw Power. So between 2020 to 2022, I was watching, I don't know, 5, 6 videos of Rao's videos from Real Vision a day,
Wow.
market economics and cyclical movements and market structures from a not just from a trader's point of view, but for someone like him who has experience in the markets for donkey years, and he's kind of like a veteran in stocks and whatnot. So he was able to bring that knowledge over to Web3 and like combine it with his platform, and that's why I learned a lot of my knowledge on crypto as well. And fast forward, I worked with a lot of different companies. A lot of them used all my services, fortunately. And I remember I met a CMO of a blockchain in Paris, and we kept friends. He said, "Hey, do you do KOL work?" I was like, "Yeah, from time to time." And I don't. It's not something I'm always going to do. And he's like, "Hey, look, I got a free spot in my blockchain. If you're down." I was like, "All right, cool, man. Let's run it." I did some KOL work for them for like 6 months, not knowing that he was just seeing how I worked in the environment because I hadn't had like a job since 2017. And later that year, he came out to London. He's like, "Hey, I got an opportunity for you. I got a VC that just launched 2 months ago. They need a CMO." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. I know some people." He's like, "No, I want you to be the CMO." I was like, "Oh,
Let's go. Wow.
yeah, okay, that's cool." So I became CMO of a VC um, beginning of last year. And then beginning of last year to about June, I helped them invest a total of 8 mil into different projects around ecosystems. One of them being Aether. They were early investors in Aether. And I signed other guys over there. Bitcoin, Orange, and like a ton of other platforms like Liquidium, and a few gaming projects here and there, but a lot of AI and Bitcoin projects was in the portfolio. And then I switched professions because I saw there was more of a match with Hello Labs because I still got to do all the investment stuff, but with all the marketing and media in the world. And then I started there last year in August as head of Web3, and then I met the amazing Rachel earlier this year in East Denver.
Yeah, wow. It's crazy. Hold on. I'm curious if that was this year or last year. Whenever we
I think
talk
East
about
Denver.
East
I think we
Denver, it's
met in
like
East Denver. I think it was this.
I'm gonna go back and
It
find the
was a blur,
selfie, you
man.
guys.
I'm
I'm
pretty.
trying
I'm
to.
positive. No, it was definitely this year.
It was. Wow,
Yeah.
that feels like last year. Hold on. I'm actually more Maurice, if it's okay, I'm gonna pull up the selfie here.
Oh
Got
yeah,
the
no, run
the
it, man.
tele
Yeah,
the
for sure.
Telegram selfie for the fam today. One sec. Here it is. Can you guys see? I don't know if it's letting me zoom in. Let me stop sharing one sec. You know what I can do? And I'm also repping Hats Protocol. This was okay. This was at the Pizza DAO event, you guys.
That piece of
Um,
that event was dope. That was cool.
yeah, that is one of my favorite events at ETH Denver every year now. Um, and I actually helped ideating with the community lead of Pizza DAO to make that event a reality. Okay, here it is. Here it is, you guys. The original the original Telegram selfie from earlier this year.
Yep.
There it is. Um, yeah, so Maurice, one of the things that really interested me with your work and everything you do is that you have actually done work to, with Hello Labs to create an actual television show that has made it on Amazon Prime, now Apple TV. And I just think that's something that's really cool that you're doing. It's like, it's taking what we do in our industry and bringing it to the mainstream, bringing it to more mainstream audiences. So I'm curious, like how that work came about, and if you could tell me the journey of, creating a crypto TV show.
So, okay, I know we have some time, so I'm gonna kind of go
We
into
got
how the show was
time. Let's
created,
let's let's unpack it. Yeah.
and it's actually really, really cool. So, Sandra and Paul are the CEO and co-founders of Hello Labs Killer Whales. Sander comes from he's like a business tycoon in the crypto world. He got into crypto through early stage investing, very similar to me, but he went more on the angel route. And from going from the angel route of being an investor in different projects, he was building a really solid network of different people with skills and different people with net worths that can make things happen in space. Then you
Right.
have Paul, who comes from Hollywood. So Paul's Hollywood. He worked with high-end celebrities, A-listers. He knows a ton of them, and he worked with them very personally as well. So he built his own network. Hence why we were able to get on streaming platforms as well. So Paul goes to Sando one day, and they're buddies, and they say, "Hey, I have an idea. I want to make the Mario of crypto. I think it could be fun." Sando's like, "All right, cool. What do you have in mind?" Sando takes the ideas that he has from business, how to make it successful. Paul brings in like a specific team to help build this out, and Doge Dash was created. So for those that know Doge Dash back in the day, about a few years ago, it was like a temple run kind of game, like a Subway Surfer kind of game. But it was like
Oh
2D,
wow.
and you'd have to catch all the tokens and the coins as a dog or as Doge, and you like win or lose X, Y, and Z. There's like different levels as well. That game did tons in volume. I'm talking like millions in volume.
Wow.
And it was one of the successful games at the time when it had first launched, and it was like peak Twitter content for ages. And I remember it coming up on my timeline, and I remember playing, and I was terrible at that game. Give me shooting games, I'm fine. Give me the games like that, I can't play them. And I just remember I was like, oh, it's pretty cool, man. It's dope. And then a few, I would say months or however long later, the show comes out. Hello Labs says, hey, we're producing a show called Killer Whales. And I was like, oh, snap, this is dope. I didn't know that it was the same team. I had no idea.
Wow.
And I found out about Killer Whales through a guy called Alex Finn, who does like a lot of creative content on Twitter, a little bit
Mhm.
crypto, but mostly how creators can create more content through long form, short form writing and AI stuff. I don't know if he's doing other things now, but I remember that's what he did back in the day. And I remember seeing him as a judge. I was like, oh, snap, they got Alex Finn as a judge? This is dope. And then I started seeing the other people that were connected, like Yev from Hacken. I started seeing Illa the producer in there, and I said, whoa, they got some pretty big names. And I saw
Heavy hitters. Heavy hitters. Yeah.
oh yeah. Then I saw it was co-produced by Coin Market Cap or Coin Daily. And I said, okay, this is huge. And then
Yeah.
obviously the stinger was, yeah, they're gonna be on Amazon Prime and Apple TV. And I just remember talking to friends about it, and they said, have we kind of made it in crypto? We have a whole show on streaming platforms now. How did they do this? And I got introduced to the team last year, as I said, just after season 2 had been filmed and shot. So I remember seeing it from like a consumer point of view, like a viewer, and now working with a team as well, being fully integrated, working on the incubator, helping projects come onto the show, and all that kind of stuff is dope. But that's how the show was born. The show was born through the Mario of crypto, and then they were able to reinvest the income from that and build out a full blown TV show with real partners, real judges, real drama, real entertainment, and it was such a success for season 1 that season 2 was greenlit without question.
I think that is so inspiring. And those of you who are watching, you guys know out there, I love the intersection of film, entertainment, media coming into Web3. We actually have some folks in the audience here. Let's see. Flannel Donut out there. We actually have an animation studio that's watching us live here today. They've worked with Booty Brown, who has collabed with the Gorillas. They work with Rob Shaw, the director of a Nickelodeon show, Tiny Chef, if you know Tiny Chef. So they're here paying attention today, and I know that they're very big proponents of bringing the film and entertainment space on chain. So that's so cool what you've done. And yeah, I do. If it's okay, Maurice, I'd love to show a trailer so people can get a feel of this show. And our girl Cali Crypto, our girl Wendy O, has actually been on this show. So really cool to see. She was one of my earlier supporters, like someone that actually came on one of my first podcasts or first podcast I did, and recently came on my live stream. So she's yeah, I've known her for a long time.
Yeah, Wendy's cool. I remember meeting Wendy the first time, actually it was this year as well. For the first time I actually met her in person, and it was at East Denver. And I remember
Oh
meeting her, and
wow.
she was just really cool to speak to. A very like warming character, and I just remember a lot of people come up to speak to her as well. And yeah, she was really cool people, man. I remember she did a little like a small little interview at the Karate Combat event. That was cool. That
Oh
was
yeah. You
Yeah.
know what? That's on my bucket list, man. I have not been to a karate combat event. I've been in the space for years, and it's always been on my radar. It's a bucket list. I am Maurice. One of these days.
Hey, listen, karate combat events is where it's at. I actually was very fortunate for the event in um, Denver and the event in Dubai this year. I was able to be pit side, actually commentating a couple of the fights.
That's awesome. Do you know my friend Tony? You know Tony and Diamond. They work
Tony.
on
I might know Tony.
You
I
would
think it's one of
know.
those things where I need to see a picture and I'm like,
You
yeah.
would know him. You would know him. But I want to give a shout out. By the way, he's put together with his with Diamond, his business partner. They've put together an event, two events actually. I've done an event with them at USC and one at UCLA. And Wendy was actually there at the USC event, so that was the first time I met her. And I just want to show, like, I actually saw her recently at a new day one in LA. So, she showed up in the base community. So that was really cool to see. And yeah, this is some vintage content, Maurice. This is like my first podcast I ever did. She came on, met her at USC, and she came on to support me as a creator very, very early on. So, and yeah, this was when we met at USC. So seeing her, as one of the killer whales, that was definitely exciting. It's cool when you know someone, when you know someone, you see them succeeding, you see them doing well. And there's several people. I saw Jake again as well, who I've also, co emceed an event with before. So, yeah, without further ado, I would love to like show the trailer and show
Oh
people.
yeah, look, we can run it, man, and also Karate Combat is on season 2 as well.
Okay, let's talk about Karate Combat because I know Doug Fresh or Doug Hype rather Doug Fresh. Doug Hype has been a big proponent of Karate Combat throughout the years. I've seen him
No,
going
yeah,
through.
they were really cool. They were really cool in the show. So if you guys get a chance, make sure to watch. I believe it's actually episode 1 they're in as well. So they're in right off the bat.
Awesome. All right, let me pull up really quick. I'm going to pull up the trailer for season 2, you guys. Let's strap in.
You're not fighting me. You're fighting him.
Mario, you are dumb, man.
This season on an all-new Killer Whales, things are heating up.
You're allowed to throw your opponent, but no wrestling.
really gonna do it.
The projects are bigger.
We'd like to welcome you to WAGMI Games.
Junior.
We are Onchain.
The stakes are higher, with 1.5 million worth of prizes on the line.
That prize money is going to propel us to the next level.
Your biggest problem with them is they didn't have enough money. This could have given them a little help with the money. When this show premieres, I can't wait to see the comment section. And message me an apology.
I'll be messaging you with the clapback. You said, Wells pool out, ready to get wet.
Who's ready to get wet?
I'm being super dry, Simpson.
And new whales enter the pod.
When do you guys just call it quits? Are you wearing a brain-computer interface?
Who
Wow, you
cares
got the
about
CMO
asset
of Coin
ownership?
Market
You
Cap.
believe in this? I love it. You're a smart kid, but this is fucking bullshit.
Tune in to see if these crypto entrepreneurs can swim with the whales
I'm fighting for myself.
There it is.
There it is.
For me, it's a swim.
or be sunk without a trace.
Your numbers suck.
I'm sinking.
I think the reason why you sank him was, to be honest, complete garbage.
This is Killer Whales. These things are going to zero, and you're going to be sitting here regretting that you had the green lights flashing in here.
That was incredible. You could just feel, I love the music. It just feels very, very cinematic, very dramatic. Let me see the live stream comments really quick.
No, for sure. Yeah, they had a lot of fun. They had a lot of fun filming for sure. It was cool, man. And yeah, I'm seeing that there's the chat's like been going off since the stream started also. And yeah, what's up, Caddy? I see you.
You know Cali Crypto?
I know. Yeah, I do. I
Small
remember.
world.
I think it's just through like Twitter connections and stuff, from what I remember.
Small world. And I see Flannel Donut is out here saying Rachel live streams are the best. I see Onchain Media, my social media manager, saying that was intense. And I actually have some questions from Maurice as well. I'm sorry, from Callie as well. Let me drop these for you really quick. So Callie is asking Maurice, Do you still believe in NFTs? And what was the last NFT you purchased and why?
I believe in NFTs for real use cases, like security, verification, that kind of thing. I think the age of PFPs is kind of just like a vibe now. If you have a PFP for NFT, then cool. If you don't, then cool. If you have one of the OG ones like Bored Ape, CryptoPunk and stuff, then you're going to be seen as an OG in the space, like a respect level kind of thing. But other than that, I don't have a strong belief in the PFP world of NFTs. I have a stronger belief when it comes to verification. And what I mean by verification is if you look at fashion, those are ways that they can verify specific clothing, and they can keep it verified on the blockchain, which is a lot more secure than how they verify things now. It's going to stop all the fakes and stuff and whatnot. However, the last time I bought an NFT, oh, that's a long time ago. The last time I bought, okay, from what I remember, because it could have been after this, but I don't remember. But the last time I bought an NFT was, I don't know if you guys know about Thunderbirds, the Thunderbirds TV show. They had an NFT collection that they had launched, and it was for the Sandbox collection. I bought that, and I don't know, that was a couple of years ago. That was like maybe 3 years ago. But what I can say is the last ordinal I bought was last year when Runes had dropped. When Runes dropped, I got a call, hey, they're going to be launching Runes. I'm like, what the heck is that? They're like, oh, it's this, make sure you got some stacks ready to invest. I was like, okay, cool. And that was the last project that I actually like invested money into and made it play on.
Nice. Wow. Well, hopefully that answers your question here, Callie. I see him saying he agrees with you. Things are changing in the NFT world. And he said, "Ha, Thunderbirds, let's go." Yeah, for me, the last I actually got one of the Dodginal dogs, like one of the the entry level community ones, because I was just getting started recently. But I'll show really quick. I don't know if this is the last NFT I bought, but it's definitely my favorite NFT here that I'm rocking. My Thank You Base God NFT, if you guys can see. Are you familiar with the Base Gods, Maurice?
Yeah, I've seen them around, and the more I've got kind of into the base ecosystem, and I've been following and seeing some tweets and stuff, the more I've seen of these. I haven't got into them. Maybe I will. I'm not sure, but I probably will the further I get into base. Who knows?
Yeah, there are a lot of OGs in the base community that do rock these as their PFP. I mean, you can dive into the lore, but the first time I ever, really got into the base community, I made a post about, the Thank You Base God lore. Jesse himself started commenting and supporting from day one. So there's just kind of like this support that you get from the community with the Thank You Base God NFTs. It's really, really cool on base. And hey, for anyone that's tuning in right now, for anyone listening, if you guys have any questions for Maurice, if you want to learn anything more about Hello Labs, Killer Whales, feel free to drop your questions or comments in the live stream chat. And Maurice, I do want to talk about what is coming up on the roadmap. We talked about Hello Live, some exciting ways that folks can get involved. Can you kind of unpack everything that's to come and ways that people can get started?
Yeah, so from the success of Killer Whales, the TV show, season 1 and season 2, we were able to build out something called Killer Whales Live. So Killer Whales Live is a live version of the show. So from what you guys just saw there, projects from all over the Web3 crypto space come into the TV show, and we have judges like Mario, Yev, Anthony Scaramucci. You guys saw the names, you guys saw the people. They then judge those projects and either swim or sink them. However, on Killer Whales Live, instead of it being a recorded session, shot somewhere else in the world, and doing all this stuff, logistics, X, Y, and Z, we made it live where it could be one, drama, entertaining, hard-hitting, all in a space of 45 minutes to an hour. So the idea would be projects will come into the live stream, it'll be live streamed on X, and they will have to pitch the judges live. And the judges, they're going to change, we're going to get different names in it and whatnot. and they'll have to pitch the judges live, and the judges will give feedback and sink and swim them live. Here's the kicker though. The entire community that's watching, the entire audience, they can all vote. Every single one of them can sink and swim a project. So, hypothetically, let's say, for example, Rachel was a judge. If Rachel was a judge and I was the person that came up with the project, let's say I came up with like Gymshark or something as a project, you guys, alongside Rachel, could sink or swim. Here's the thing though, their votes only carry a certain amount. Your votes do matter.
Okay.
So if you don't agree with Rachel and you're like, hey, I kind of like this project, or I don't like the project, and Rachel does, you can sink it, she can swim it. And at that moment, I will know if I've been sunk or swim.
Wow, so you're decentralizing this thing.
Oh yeah, we're going all the way, and it's all powered by the same thing that's been powering the show, the same thing that's been powering everything in the ecosystem. It's all powered by our token, the Hello token. This is why we're
okay. Well, that's a whole nother rabbit hole I would love to get into. But I love that idea of decentralizing, like hearing the opinions from the community. Of course, you've vetted your judges. You select your judges for their expertise, right? So their opinion holds a lot of weight. But you still want to hear from the broader community, right? Because then I forget the term of like, you know, the perspective of the numbers, like that comes into play there. So I am curious, like, okay, the token, the Hello token. Can you unpack, you know, what the utility is behind that, how people can use the Hello token?
Yeah, so the Hello token works like any other token. You know, it's tradable. You can buy, sell X, Y, and Z. However, the Hello token, what makes it different from a lot of others is the token itself, it powers our ecosystem. So it powers the Killer Whales TV show. It powers our incubator that we incubate projects, up to 25 projects for a year. We supply marketing media to them, and then they become a part of our Hello ecosystem. And it also powers something really, really cool, which is the club. The club is literally, it's in the name, right? Think of Fight Club. The Hello Club allows people to be a part of, one, a greater part of the Hello community. Two, it allows for locking and staking of tokens, the Hello tokens, with really good returns. And the reason you do that is because in the club, there are quests that you can do that are linked to all of our partners. And our partners, when they do the quests, when they launch their own quests, they actually do token drops. So we actually have something really, really cool. We're going to announce it tomorrow in our space officially, but we have someone that just did a massive token drop, one of our incubatee partners. And they're actually one of the biggest, I would say they're probably going to be the biggest studio next year in gaming. And the reason I say that is because this year they locked down a Nintendo publishing ID. So they're the only ones in crypto that has that.
Wow, I have not heard of that. Yeah, I haven't heard that from a single crypto project.
It's dope. So they are going to be doing a massive campaign in the Hello Club. And those that have the tokens locked and staked, the Hello tokens, those are the only individuals that can actually take part in the campaigns as well. So this is how we take away botting. This is how we take away farming. And this is how we have real people actually engaging from our community in return for token drops to them. And when that token drop happens, it doesn't go to us. It doesn't go to the team. No, it's all for the community of Hello. And in return, they become a part of, you know, whichever partner they choose, X, Y, and Z. And then within the club, we have our own like Kaito model where we have what is it called? My mind is like wiped.
Okay.
Prediction markets. There we go. Mm-hmm. So we have our own prediction market. So let's say, for example, we made a prediction on here. We can actually take that prediction and put it onto Hello Club, and then people can vote. People can continuously vote back and forth. They can state their own claim. They can say if it's going to be right or not. Like, okay, is Bitcoin going to recover? You can make a vote on it. So think of like Poly Market, but it's a bit more decentralized. And then the last thing that we have in Club, which is really, really cool, this is where we have our own decks. So we built our own decks because one, a lot of exchanges rip a lot of people off.
Yeah.
And two, obviously the DEX is free, but the other thing that comes with the DEX is 50% of the trading fees that the LP provides or the LP owns, that goes to them. So those fees that's generated, they don't go to the exchange, they don't go to a company, it goes straight back to the LP provider. And this is something that we're really, really proud of. The DEX is really, really cool. It's launched on Ethereum, BNB, and Base as well.
Let's go. Love to see the innovation on Base. And like coming into this conversation, I feel like I've learned so much more about Hello Labs and how multi-tiered this is, how diverse your ecosystem is. You have the DEX, you've produced a television show, you have your live streams going, you're incubating projects. There's just multiple layers to this. And I'm curious, like, just to distill this all into like what your overall mission is. What is the overarching mission that you want to see for your work at Hello Labs?
So the overarching mission for us is everything will be powered by Hello. Hello will be powering everything. That's the bottom line. That's the vision that we have at the moment, and the way we are doing that is we built the TV show. Hello's powering our own TV show. We built our DEX. Hello's powering a DEX. We built a prediction model. We built a club. Hello's powering all of that. So when it comes from gaming all the way down to TV and media, we're powering it all. And one of the big ways we're doing that in our incubator as well is when you become a partner in our incubator, everything that we're providing for you is powered by Hello. So in turn, that product or that project, that company is powered by us as well, through media, through marketing, through connections, through intros to whoever they want. And we're able to help companies like that step by step. And the last thing I want to mention is we have a partnership now with Moonbeam, which is really, really cool. Moonbeam is a gaming focused blockchain, and we built an accelerator with them. So the accelerator is we're only taking on 3 to 5 projects in gaming that we're going to be including in accelerator. So everything you would get from our incubator, you'll get from us. And then you're going to get the crypto gaming infrastructure from Moonbeam. So you'll get the best of both worlds. You'll get help on the dev side and integration, and you'll get help on the media and marketing side. There is no monthly fee, no cost, none of that stuff to join the accelerator. You join the accelerator, we take you through the program step by step, but that's why we're only working with 3 to 5, because we're going to be really hyper focused on those projects. And we're not focused on one particular sector of gaming. No, if you have a gaming project, if you're a studio, if you build multiple, if you're only focused on one, we'll be always open to chat.
Well, that's incredible. And I would love to share any resources for people to get started, to get involved. I know you said there was an application link to start joining your live streams as well. Can we just share where everyone can get involved and where they can get started?
Yeah, for sure. So first of all the main info is going to be on the Hello Labs account. So if you go to, obviously you're on Twitter already, you go to the Hello Labs, it's going to come up with all the current information. And then what I can also do is I can send over, the official links for our live stream that we're going to be having. So if you know of anyone that wants to be involved, they can get involved in that. I'm going to send it to Rachel, and then she can share as well.
Awesome. All right, here it is. Let me pull that up.
And in terms of the gaming accelerator, we are keeping that more. We do have an application form, but I prefer word of mouth when it comes to that because of how tight we're going to be keeping it. There's going to be tons and tons of projects on the live stream, so it's a bit different. But with the accelerator, because we're only keeping it to a few projects, we're going to be keeping it very, very strict in who we're allowing in. So word of mouth is a lot more trustworthy. Someone reaches out to me and says, hey, look, I got a project I think you might like. They're gaming, they're X, Y, and Z, I think you talk. Warm intros are better for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's always better in this space getting an introduction from someone that you know and trust, because man, we are still in the Wild West, you guys. Like, you want to make sure you're vetting your people, and when it comes from someone I just think that's always a better, like, a warm introduction. Is there anything on the Killer Whales live that people can expect? Like, how is this going to differ from the show? Like, what are the main differentiating factors between the live stream and the show?
So the main differentiating factor is psychological. And the reason I say that is because A lot of people, they want to be, really successful in the space. They want to do their thing. They want to be the big shot. They want to run their own company, all that kind of stuff. And if you guys have seen it, if you haven't, make sure to go and watch it. Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. Al Pacino asked Keanu Reeves on like the top of like his building or whatever. He said, "Can you stand the pressure? Can you withstand the pressure? Can you do what you have to do? X, Y, and Z, right?" And I always like that little monologue he does because that relates straight to what we have at Killer Whales Live. When you're pitching someone in a studio and there's cameras, there's lights, but there's a team.
The pressure's on. The pressure's on.
You might get to do different takes and whatnot, because at the end of the day, it's still a show, it's still a TV show. There's still going to be tape. There's still going to be edits and whatnot. There's still behind the scenes stuff that go on, and the episodes don't come out the day after or the day of. It's a season. They come out later on, like with every other TV show. But with Killer Whales Live, there is no lights, camera, action. It's a live stream. You're in. It's professionally done. Obviously, studio quality of Killer Whales. But the idea that you can get sunk or swim right there, and the audience can do it as well. Not to mention, if you have a live token, this could affect token volume. This can affect value. Your pitch needs to be A1. It needs to be like an A-star project, because there is no rerun. There's no let me go back. No, it's a live stream.
Yep.
It's right there. It's right now, and that psychological hit is like, can I withstand the pressure? Because it's not just the pressure of the judges. It's the pressure of everyone watching that has the ability to vote, like the judges do. So
I think it's a great idea.
It's a lot of fun. That's what I would say is the big differentiating factor from the TV show, is that piece. Can you withstand the pressure of the whales and the audience?
Well, Maurice, you have checked all of my boxes of like a really good, interesting project. The marketing is really clever. Just the idea for Killer Whales, it's very clever, right? Because all of us know and love, we all know Shark Tank, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like a concept like that in the crypto space, it's just very fitting. It's like, these projects coming on, pitching their ideas. It feels very like aligned with the spirit of crypto. And we've seen these pitch tank events like at conferences before, so the fact that you've turned that into a show, I think, is really cool. It's very innovative, and you're routing a lot of value back to token holders, back to the community. Everything's powered by Hello. So I think you guys really have thought of everything. You have your decks, you have your show incubator, and it's just very impressive to see. So I guess just to kind of put a bow on everything, Maurice, like, what final words of wisdom do you have for our audience today?
Final words of wisdom, I would say, that's actually a really good question. I've not been outside in a while. Final words of wisdom is consistency, man. Stay consistent. Stay consistent with whatever you're doing. Keep persistent as well. That's how it starts. But the consistency is the most important. You never know when your break is going to come. You never know when that breakthrough is going to happen. If you are a builder, it takes one idea, a bit of consistency, the right intros for the open doors, and you might have an investment, whatever, you might get funding, X, Y, Z. If you're a streamer, keep consistent. Keep consistent with the days, build out a schedule, post your content as well, once a day, 2 times a day, whatever it is that you choose, but keep consistent. Because again, one video goes viral, everyone's gonna say, oh, it happened overnight, but you were consistent for 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever it may be, right? So at the end of the day, keep consistent in whatever field you're in. And during your consistency, network with people, head to events, whatever the field is as well. That's the other thing I would say. Events is a big player, especially in our industry, is when you meet like-minded people. We met in East Denver, and now we are doing a live stream together.
We're live.
And who knows what this what will come from this. We don't know, but
Hey, I want to
yeah.
continue supporting Hello Labs, Killer Well. It's funny. I've followed this for a while, and I knew, meeting you at East Denver, I was like, okay, this is a relationship I really want to grow. I really want to support your work because it's very aligned with my interests and what I do, right? I'm a host. I'm really involved in media. And Maurice, I haven't told you this since I actually met you. I worked on my first film called Onchain Humans and Impact. So first short documentary film. In fact, the people in the audience watching, I premiered my film at a film festival in San Francisco called the Film 3 Festival. So, I know the work that goes into producing a short form documentary. Like the fact that you guys have produced a show, I know the amount of work you put in. I know the love, the dedication, everything that goes into it, even the editing. Like the quality of editing you guys do is just really stellar. So yeah, I've definitely gotten a lot more interested. I've connected with different folks from film and entertainment now. So I think what you guys are doing is awesome. And if we want to onboard the masses and we truly want to educate and welcome everyone into the on-chain space, we have to meet the mainstream audiences where they're at. And I think getting onto these streaming platforms, I just think it's really just hats off to you guys. I think it's very impressive what you guys have built.
That's amazing. Thank you very much. And also congrats on the film festival as well. That's dope. That's really cool.
Thank you.
That's
Shout out
amazing.
to our Film 3 family. Let's see. I think they're still here tuning in. Flannel Donut, the animation studio. Shout out to everybody who is bringing entertainment, film, television on chain. I think it's really incredible. And I'm also curious, Maurice, we didn't talk a lot about bass, but I'm a big proponent of bass. I've been building in the bass community for a while. I'm curious if there's any crossover or any plans to activate more in the bass community. Sorry, didn't plan on asking that question, but I would love to hear.
So step one for us was the DEX launch, allowing tokens to build on and launch on the DEX as well. Step two is we're actually looking to do something related with the show with bass as well. Two things: one on the live end, but we can't announce what that live end would be until obviously the announcement comes out. But there will be some elements of bass in there, which we're looking forward to. And,
that sounds like a little bit of alpha, you guys. That's like
there's a little bit of alpha. It's very very under the radar though. And then the second, which is going to be more, I would say. Is something that's going to be more soon for the community, is we're looking to do a watch party with the bass community. So
let me know how I can help you, man. Let me know.
Well, it'll be, it'll be real simple. I was actually thinking to do it with you. And then maybe like a few others from bass as well. We can invite like a few people from bass. You choose who they are. We don't mind, because obviously you're in the bass community, you're of the bass community, you know the bass community. But what we would want to do is we want to do a watch party with the bass community. You guys hosting. I and maybe one of the team members would come on, and we can do like one episode a week. And,
I am so there.
And here's the thing. This is just so you guys know, I'm being fully transparent. I've not seen all the episodes because of this. I only watched episode 1 because we did a premiere in South Korea and I was there. So I kept it was on loop. So I watched it. I basically memorized episode 1. It's hilarious. But from episode 2 onwards, I haven't seen, because I wanted to do a watch party with the bass community.
Let's do it. I haven't seen the episodes either, so it would be a good opportunity for us all to watch it together.
It'll be dope.
Right, you guys,
it'll be cool.
In the comments, are we sinking or swimming the bass community watch party? I say we swim it. I say we swim it. What do we think in the comments?
I'll definitely be looking forward to it. And what we could do, we talk about how we can make it work and stuff. But yeah, fully down. Oh, Callie says there's swimming.
Callie's swimming. All right, I see Film 3 in the house. I see Flannel Donut. We're surfing.
Okay, I like that actually.
I really like that one. Wow. All right, just Onchain Media. I think everyone's like a unanimous swim or surf here. So, all right, we're in. Let's plan it, Maurice. And this is another reason, you guys. Maurice talked about the importance of going to events, getting to know people, networking. Who knows what this will lead to, right? Like, we're gonna do this bass community watching show. Maurice and I are gonna continue collaborating and supporting each other. And this all came from showing up, you guys. Consistency is key. Showing up, building relationships, Cali Crypto out here. I have to say, he's one of my top supporters, showing up relentlessly. I met him, you know, I don't know if his name gives it away, but I met him in California at crypto events. Yeah, you know, Flannel Donut out there, just Onchain, all the people showing up in the Onchain media family. You guys are awesome. I love you guys, and thank you for showing up and supporting. And it all came from showing up and building relationships in the space.
Literally, that we can't like reinforce that anymore. Showing up is so important. Showing up consistently. I guarantee you, Rachel would have never reached out if I just went quiet after Denver.
I mean, hey, I reached out a couple times. We got some calls on the books, and once you gave me that breakdown of the Hello universe, that was it for me. I was like, okay, this is really impressive. But yeah, you know, you showed up, you were there, we connected, and your work really speaks for itself. So yeah, grateful to be connected. Happy to have you on the show, and this is just the first of many, you guys. We're gonna run it back and you know, bring Hello Labs and Killer Whales TV into the base community. So with that, we are at the top of the hour. I got to end the stream here now, but thank you everyone for tuning in. Flannel Donut, Cali Crypto, Just Onchain, everyone in the Onchain media community. Much love to you all, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Okay.